Hi. So I thought we would have a little chat since I'm getting so many um, inquiries. It's not even really inquiries, but I'm getting so much information from you guys that isn't actually what I'm looking for the history project. Okay. So the history project is a huge end of the year project that you are going to have an entire month to do. The project has 3 steps to it. The first step is the only thing that is due on the 29th. Okay? The only thing that is due on Wednesday. That's it. Just the proposal. So please reread the instructions. I spent a lot of time wording it, rewording it, getting it to be clear. Please read them all, okay? I know it's a lot of instructions, but you need to know what's going on. So far, I've had, 5 students out of 9? Yeah. Saying, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? But you're not giving me your proposal. I have one proposal right now. Okay, right now it is 3:15 on, I'm sorry, not 3:15. It's 5 minutes to 3 on Monday. Okay, you have 3 days to do this. It's not due until Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So don't panic. These are the things you have to have in your proposal. 1, which state or territory do you want to do? You have to write it out. Like, you got to go get a piece of paper and a pencil, okay? And you have to write out everything for me. The whole entire kit and caboodle. That means all things, okay? Hook, line, sinker. You got to give me everything. So, you write out on a piece of paper what it is, which state you want to do, or territory. Then you need to write on the piece of paper what project you're going to do. Are you going to do a movie? Are you going to do a Lego model? Are you going to do a salt map? Are you going to do a dance? Are you going to write me a story? Are you going to do a slideshow presentation? What is it that you're going to do? And it needs to be detailed. Don't just say, I'm writing a report, which, by the way, is not one of the options you can do because it has to have a visual presentation piece. So writing a research paper is not a visual presentation piece, okay? Please read through. There are requirements. You have to include certain things. Don't just say, I'm doing a biblical integration. You need to tell me, what are you doing? Are you going to tell me a Bible verse? Are you going to tell me about how Christ has spread through that state? What are you going to tell me biblical integration? You can't just say biblical integration because that's not a plan, okay? So the proposal is just a fancy word for plan. You're telling me your plan. Mrs. Johnson, this is what I'm doing. Okay? I will give you one you can't do. Mrs. Johnson, I am going to write a report about pick one, about Maine. We'll go with Maine because I'm from Maine for a while. Anyway, so I'm going to write a report about Maine. I'm going to have in the report a section about the history of Maine, the first settlers, how Maine was part of Massachusetts before, how Maine became not a part of Massachusetts. You are going to give me detail. I'm going to tell you about the population of Maine. I'm going to tell you about immigration of Maine. I'm going to tell you about the folklore of Maine, tall tales from Maine, whatever it is you're telling me about, okay? That is your project. What are you doing? The third, because first you're telling me what territory or state you're doing. You're telling me what the project's going to look like. And you're telling me what an A looks like. Mrs. Johnson, my A on my research paper, because I'm doing it because you can't, is going to be 16 pages long to get an A. It's going to be double spaced. It's going to be 12 font. It's going to be, and you just tell me what an A looks like. So if you tell me your A is 16 pages long and you hand in something that's 3 pages long, guess what? You don't have an A because you told me what the requirements were and you did not meet those requirements. Okay? Those are the 3 parts. You have to write them all down and give them to me on Google Classroom. Don't give me one part. Don't message me and say, Mrs. Johnson, can I do the Virgin Islands? Mrs. Johnson, can I do Guam? Mrs. Johnson. No, I'm not telling you what you can do yet. You have to give me the proposal. Your proposal should work with any state or territory you want to do. So tell me what you want to do. As long as another student's not doing it, by all means you can. Okay? It's just like the stuff I showed you for 5th grade. Remember? I said, hey, 4th graders, you're going to be doing this at the end of the year. So come look, come see. And I showed you paper. I said, look, this is a proposal. See? They're telling me exactly what they do. Remember? Then I said, look, this is telling me what an A looks like. They're telling me exactly what they're going to have. Remember, they told me like how many slides for that movie that somebody did. They told me how many minutes the movie had to be. Okay? So that is all. They already told me what it was supposed to be. If it's not what you say it's supposed to be, it's not an A. So then I'm going to ask you, well, what do you think it is? Because you are grading this project on your own. So you have to tell me what an A looks like, and we'll look at it and say, hey, did you meet the A or not? Well, like I said, if you told me your research paper is going to be 16 pages long and you give me 3 pages, obviously it's not an A. So what do you think that would be? Which is what I'll ask you. So you told me 16, you only gave me 3. What grade do you think you deserve? Okay? If you tell me you're going to make a Lego model and you're going to do your state plus all the border states around it, and that's what an A is going to look like, you're going to have your state and all the border states around it, and then you choose to do just your state, is that going to be an A? No, it's not going to be an A because you told me what the A looks like. So these are the things you need to do. This is what your proposal is supposed to be. Just like we talked about in school before we left. Yes, I'm not mad. I'm just trying to re-explain it over and over and over and over again. Please, please, please. I even did this. I was like this when I wrote it. Please read the instructions. Read them slowly. Read them a lot of times and take the 3 days I gave you to do this. It's just the proposal, okay? What is the state or territory? What is your project going to be? What does an A look like? You need to write it out. You need to submit it to Google. Do you understand? I didn't know where else to put this, so I'm just putting it on YouTube, and hopefully you'll get it now. Okay? So you can ask me questions, but you can't ask me about your proposal. Like you can't say, Mrs. Johnson, can I please do Legos? No. Okay? You're going to write it out in your proposal. You're going to say, Mrs. Johnson, my plan is to do a Lego village of all the important cities in my state, or whatever it is you're doing. Okay? This is your project. There are requirements. There are some. Okay? But you need to do this project. If you are going to do a poster-like thing, we are talking more like a tri-fold poster kind of thing. Because this is a huge project, guys. This is like, it's called a capstone in public school and in other Christian schools. It's like the end of the year, big, gigantic thingy. Which is why you have why I gave you a month to think about it. Okay? Remember last month, in April, I even wrote you on Google Classroom, start thinking now. Okay? You have 3 days for the proposal. Then you have a month. Well, it's like 1 day short, I think. A month to do the project. This is a big, big, big deal. Okay, guys? So put some effort into this. You cannot be the same as you have been. Some of you wait till 2 days before, a week before to do the whole thing. Book reports. You guys have given me book reports. Even some of the posters for the states. You're going to have to put in some effort. Okay? So, if you have questions that you don't understand something about the proposal, ask me. You don't understand something about how to grade yourself, ask me. If you're going to ask me, Mrs. Johnson, can I do this state or territory? Don't ask that. If you're going to ask me, Mrs. Johnson, can I make a SALT map? Don't ask that. Those things need to be in your proposal. Does that make sense? So, I'm putting this on the live stream. That is my plan. I want you to write a comment on the live stream. Mrs. Johnson, I understand the expectation. Mrs. Johnson, I don't understand the expectation. Okay? And then I guess I'm going to call people is the last thing I can think of because I've explained it, I've written it, I've answered questions, and now I've done a videotape. That's on YouTube, which is not a good tape to be on YouTube, but I don't know how else to talk to you. Okay? So, please comment. Yes, Mrs. Johnson, I understand. No, Mrs. Johnson, I don't understand. And I'm going to tell you, my very first question to you will be, did you read the directions? Okay? I love you all. I miss you terribly. I can't believe we're doing more and more of this. I was so excited that we were coming back on the 20th, and then we're not. And then I was so excited that we were going to come back, and who knows what we're doing. So, I love you. I miss you. I care about you. I pray for you. I wish I could give you stickers on your stuff. I don't know how to do that either. Give you electronic stickers. Okay? So have a good day. Please put a comment in the bottom. Tell me. All right? Love you guys. Not the bottom of the YouTube. Don't put them there. Everybody in the world sees those. Put it on the stream on Google Classroom. All right? All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.